Right now, new information on a deadly shooting on Madison's north side, what police are now saying. Plus, the House will soon vote on legislation to release all the Epstein files, the message from survivors, and the possible next steps for the bill. This is News 3 Now at noon. Thanks for joining us. I'm Josh Sprider. We begin with a developing story. Middleton police are searching for a missing person at this hour. Right now, officers are asking the public to avoid the area of Lakeview Park. An alert was issued around 8:30 this morning. Middleton police tell News 3 Now the law enforcement operation is part of the search efforts. Officials say they will provide additional information as it becomes available or until the alert is canceled. Meanwhile, Sun Prairie police are looking for a missing veteran. 27-year-old Caroline Carly Fiorello was last seen Saturday morning around 10:45 in Madison. She is believed to be driving a red 2019 Subaru Crosstrek with a roof rack. The vehicle has personalized license plates that read Spasm, along with a USMC seal on the rear hatchback and a sticker that says new driver in capitalized letters. Sun Prairie police advise that if Fiorello or her vehicle are seen, do not approach and contact law enforcement immediately. Call Sun Prairie police at 608-837-7336. Police say a 35-year-old man is in custody in connection to a deadly shooting on Madison's north side Monday. Officers say they arrested the person of interest after interviewing witnesses and examining digital evidence. The man was taken into custody near the Dane County Regional Airport during a high-risk traffic stop. Police were sent to Brentwood Parkway near Marina Park around 2:45 Monday afternoon. They found a man lying in the road suffering from a gunshot wound. That victim later died at the hospital. The investigation into the shooting is still ongoing. Police have not yet made any arrests related to that fiery crash on the Beltline. Madison police say the cause of Monday morning's crash, reckless driving. Police say two cars were racing when one car hit an unrelated vehicle and pushed it into a semi-truck, causing it to flip and catch on fire. This led to the closure of all westbound and two eastbound lanes on the Beltline near Todd Drive. Police say 3 people got into another vehicle and left the scene. No injuries were reported, but that investigation is ongoing. Madison police also investigating a deadly crash and car fire on the city's east side. It happened Monday afternoon just off Highway 51 near the SSM Health Urgent Care. The car hit a tree and then caught fire. Firefighters pulled the driver from the vehicle, but that person died at the scene. Authorities say this does not appear to be related to the Beltline crash. We now know the identity of the 40-year-old man who died from a crash on Highway 14 last week. Travis Shippey of Oregon was killed in that incident just north of Lacey Road Thursday morning. Law enforcement found 2 vehicles with significant damage. The second driver sustained serious injuries and was taken to the hospital. No word on their current condition. That crash remains under investigation. The House is expected to vote later today on legislation that would require the Attorney General to make public all unclassified and investigative materials related to the case of convicted sex offender Jeffrey Epstein. Natalie Brand is at the White House.
This was me at 14 years old. I was a child.
Epstein survivors reflecting on the past say the vote scheduled for this afternoon is long overdue.
This isn't just one case gone wrong. It's an institutional failure on a historic scale, and every member of Congress and this administration must answer for that failure.
The House is fast-tracking the bill, so it will require 2/3 majority to pass.
You are going to see probably a unanimous vote in the House to release the Epstein files, but the real fight will happen after that.
President Trump told reporters Monday he would sign the legislation if it reaches his desk. House members leading the effort have called on the Senate to take up the bill without amending it.
It should go straight to the Senate and it should be signed. No amendments, no adding loopholes. Justice is long overdue.
House Speaker Mike Johnson has already called on changes to be made in the Senate.
Congress should give the Attorney General broader authority to redact all the victim information. The discharge doesn't do that. This would prevent the release of information that could be used to unmask victims who have chosen to remain anonymous.
Sponsors of the bill say the victims who were on the Hill this morning support it as is, but added that the president could take action on his own to release all remaining files. Natalie Brand, CBS News, the White House.
The Senate has not yet announced when or even if it will take up the legislation once it passes the House. Let's get a first check of your first warn forecast. Here's meteorologist Jacob Montesano. Kind of gross outside today, Jacob.
Yeah, as we take a look outside, here's a live view from Platteville, seeing some foggy conditions and also a light mist has just been kind of lingering across a lot of southern Wisconsin, despite the fact that the consistent rain has moved out of the region. Seeing some snow in portions of central Wisconsin, but as you can see, southern Wisconsin, nothing showing up on radar, but it doesn't mean it's not precipitating very lightly. Now, zooming in on some of the snow, kind of clipping the northeastern portion of our region, but areas near Fond du Lac, Oshkosh, Sheboygan, seeing some of that snow. Could see about an inch or two from this. And as we take a look at the amount of rain we've seen, this is just general precipitation though. We saw about 1/4 inch to 1/2 inch of rain for a lot of the region. Nothing too dramatic, but we still are in a little bit of a drought, so we'll take anything we can get. But as far as snowfall goes, I mean, we had some scattered dustings out there, but everything was below an inch. And in fact, pretty much everything for our area was below 1/2 inch. About an inch for areas further to the north, and then as you get to central Wisconsin, even north of our area, some areas got up to 2 inches. Now, as we take a look at the afternoon forecast, going to continue to see just a little bit of a mist. Any precipitation should be in the form of rain for our area. Again, seeing some snow in the northern portion of our region. And as we get towards the evening, a lot of this will clear out, but the cloudy skies will continue, which may continue to lead to some of that light mist just kind of falling from the sky, but nothing at a consistent pace. But it's going to continue to be gloomy, and temperatures are also going to continue to be cool. So I'll talk more in detail, though, about some nicer conditions that are in the forecast towards the end of the week. I'll have those details coming up a bit later.
All right, Jacob, thank you. You can track the forecast for yourself on the First Warn weather app. It has hourly planners, road conditions, and radar. Download it for free in your phone's app store. Just search WISC Weather. More local news now. QTS will present an overview of its data center plan to the DeForest Village Board tonight. The board will not take any action on the proposal during the meeting. The village anticipates it will receive an official annexation petition and an additional entitlement submission from QTS in November. Anyone is allowed to go to the meeting at DeForest Area High School. It is set to start at 6 p.m. This week, the Madison Fire Department will burn down 2 houses on purpose. It's part of their training. Both homes are on Milwaukee Street and were donated. This will take place tomorrow and Thursday before the property is redeveloped. These training sessions will involve live fire and be conducted under the direct supervision of the department's fire training division. Roads will operate as normal, and there is no need to call 911. Coming up next on News 3 Now at noon, how a big change is coming to where you can purchase used Ford vehicles, plus why certain Trek and Electra branded bicycles are being recalled.
Ford Motors has teamed up with Amazon to let dealers sell certified used vehicles on the e-commerce platform. Shoppers can schedule a time to pick up their purchase in person. Ford says the program will debut on Amazon Autos in Los Angeles, Seattle, and Dallas, with other locations added over time. A recent analysis from the Bank of America Institute shows a growing share of lower-income Americans are struggling to get by financially as their wages fail to keep up with inflation. It found roughly 29% of lower-income households are living paycheck to paycheck. That's up slightly from the past 2 years. And the Consumer Product Safety Commission has announced the recall of certain Trek and Electra branded bicycles with coaster brakes and replacement rear wheels with those brakes. The agency says they can fail to engage, resulting in the rider losing control and posing a crash hazard. To date, no injuries have been reported. That's your CBS News Money Watch report. For more, log on to cbsmoneywatch.com. At the CBS Broadcast Center, I'm Jesse Mitchell.
Here's a look at the current stock numbers at the noon hour. The Dow is down 287 points, NASDAQ down 109, and the S&P 500 also down this hour 30. Our call for action volunteers are in the building taking your consumer complaints and taking action on your behalf. Call for action at 608-270-2833 or submit a claim anytime at channel3000.com/call for action. We'll have today's farm numbers up next, along with the First Warn forecast. And later on Live at 4, Dr. Jeff Potoff on a new study linking ultra-processed foods to an increased risk of precancerous polyps. Pam Yankee's out of the radio barn for the rest of the week at a farm broadcasting convention in Kansas City. So here are your farm numbers. Your Thanksgiving feast could hit your wallet a little harder this year. Average frozen wholesale turkeys are now $1.32 a pound, up from 97 cents last year. Holiday sides are also seeing some big jumps. Cranberries up 6%, green beans up 32%. But there is some good news. Prices for lettuce, milk, soft drinks, and potatoes are holding steady, while butter, bread, and eggs are down from 1 year ago. We are 4 days into the donations period for our Thanksgiving basket drive. News 3 Now is proud to once again partner with the Goodman Community Center in Madison. We stopped by their gym this morning, which has turned into a makeshift pantry during the drive. The Goodman Center says they are off to a great start in getting enough food and money to feed 4,000 families this holiday, but there's still a long way to go ahead of distribution this weekend. The good news so far, all of their volunteer slots are full.
We have over 500 volunteers signed up for this event, and it fills up so fast. I had someone joke that it's like trying to get a Taylor Swift ticket.
So the best way to give back is by donating those food items or money online. You have until Sunday to make it happen. We have everything you need to know on channel3000.com. The trees that will be displayed in the Wisconsin State Capitol and Governor's Mansion this holiday season are on their way to Madison. The trees were harvested in Oconto County this week. The tree going into the Capitol Rotunda is a 30-foot tall balsam fir. Governor Evers says this year's Capitol holiday tree theme will be the learning tree. Students are invited to contribute handmade ornaments honoring the state's educators, child care providers, administrators, custodians, school bus drivers, counselors, librarians, school staff, tutors, mentors, and after-school program teachers. Well, let's get a check of your certified most accurate forecast in Madison with the first floor meteorologist Jacob Montesano. Hi, Jacob.
Hey Josh, let's start with the 3 things you need to know. We may continue to see some light rain this afternoon. Anything that does fall will be extremely light. And after today, there's not much rain or snow for that matter in the forecast, as temperatures will warm up a little bit by the time we get to the end of the week. Now, looking at the current radar, despite the fact that we're not really seeing much on radar in southern Wisconsin, we continue to see just a little bit of mist across the region. Meanwhile, further to the northeast, really pushing out of our area now, there is some snow and also still some rain approaching the northeastern portion of Wisconsin. Now, as we take a look at future track, again, some of this misty light rain could continue throughout the afternoon as the cloudy skies will persist. And that may be the case overnight, but I do expect to see mostly dry weather overnight. But again, we're going to continue to see a good amount of cloud cover, and that's going to be the forecast for Wednesday as well. But beyond that, beyond today, the chances of rain are going to be pretty light. We could see some Thursday into Thursday night, but beyond that, it's looking very dry for the next 7 days, although the middle of next week may see some precipitation move back into the region. Now, as far as temperatures, currently we're in the upper 30s to lower 40s, and it's not really going to rise all that much for the rest of the day. Now, areas to the north that are seeing that snowfall, temperatures are in the middle to lower 30s and a little bit milder, but still cool for areas south of Madison. And looking at the forecast for the afternoon, continuous cloud cover and temperatures are going to hover right around 40 degrees, but staying in the middle 30s for areas off to the north. Overnight, continuing to see cloud cover, and that will actually help keep the temperatures not quite as cold overnight. Still going to be on the colder side for sure. Lower 30s for Madison, but 20s expected for the northern counties. And the cloudy skies expected to continue for tomorrow as well, with temperatures only warming up slightly. Middle to lower 40s will be in the forecast for that time frame. Now, the temperatures, they'll warm up a little bit for the weekend. And as we look at the Badger football game, it's not really going to show based on this forecast, simply because the game Saturday it'll be here in Madison, but it is going to be at 6:30 p.m., so it'll be after sunset. But pretty typical football weather. Right now it looks like it will be dry and not very windy with partly cloudy skies. A pretty similar forecast for the Packers game up in Green Bay, a little bit warmer with it being during the day, as we'll see temperatures in the 40s. Once again, partly sunny skies. Both games will feature very typical football weather on the cooler side, but not too cool. And again, we are expecting dry conditions for both of those days. Now, as we take a look at the 7 to 10 day forecast, the afternoon for the Badger game is looking pretty comfortable, upper 40s, lower 50s, a little bit above normal for this time of the year. And we'll finally start to see the sun come out a little bit. Notice the next couple of days is going to feature a lot of cloud cover, but not a lot of rainfall, maybe some rain Thursday. And then next week, we will see the temperatures fluctuate a little bit more, as we'll see those temperatures possibly drop into the 40s by the time we get towards the middle of next week. And we also are going to see a few chances of rain, maybe even some mixture of snow during that time, but nothing too big. But despite the fact that we're not really going to see much more winter weather, I mean, we saw some snow with this system for parts of the area. But for those of you that don't know, it is Winter Weather Awareness Week here in Wisconsin. And as part of that Winter Weather Awareness Week, we are giving away some shovels, and we're going to announce another daily winner right now.
Yeah, you got the shovel right there. I was like, just don't hit me aside the head with that.
I got you, don't worry. This is a really cool shovel, by the way.
This is a really nice shovel,
like
too. So our second winner is Scott Maurer from Madison. So congratulations, Scott. And tune in to News 3 Now Live at 4 when today you're going to learn about snow squalls. So I want a shovel like that.
I mean, it's not going to be needed for a little bit, but eventually
we know we will need it. All right, Jacob, thank you. Well, when we come back on News 3 Now Noon, Angie Edge from Dairy Farmers of Wisconsin joins us with a cheese platter perfect for Thanksgivings. Welcome back. Angie Edge from Dairy Farmers of Wisconsin is back with us. And, who doesn't want a cheese board? And this is the perfect time of year to be able to make a really nice one for the whole family and friends.
And I know how much you love Wisconsin cheese, so I can't wait to share this with you. Of course, November is a season of entertaining. So whether you're having Thanksgiving or Friendsgiving seems to be a popular new trend. Not only are you getting together with your family, but your closest friends as well. So no party is complete without a Wisconsin cheese board.
You gotta have it.
And you can get, as crazy as you'd like. You can make a really fancy charcuterie board, but it's really simple just to set out a few 3 to 4 beautiful pieces of cheeses with some accompaniments, and it really makes the cheese board integrated and engaging, so people can cut their own cheeses and talk and have wine and beer and all those fun things. So it's really the center of the party. So I'm going to share some of the cheeses. Do you have a favorite cheese, Josh?
Everything? Any cheese, yeah.
So this is one of my favorite here. We have the Raleigh Red Rock.
Oh, it looks so
it's
cool.
Strikingly beautiful.
Yes.
It's made in southern Wisconsin by Raleigh Cheese House. It's made by a Wisconsin master cheesemaker, Chris Raleigh. But you'll notice that really bright orange color is the annatto in the cheddar that's really just bright and bold that makes the star of the cheese board. And then there's blue veins surrounded. So it's a cheddar blue, American style, but then it's been aged in a cave for 60 days.
Yum.
So you get that beautiful, full flavor of that. And of course, award-winning as well. Chris Raleigh is a 4th-generation cheesemaker here in Wisconsin. So great story to tell. I love this one too because it's November right here. And this is the Imperial Buck. So if you look at the label, there's a nice big buck there. Everyone's out hunting, right? Yeah. But this is a dark, nutty cheddar, actually, that's won a lot of awards. It's the only cheese that's won Best U.S. Cheese twice in a row at the International Cheese Awards. So I can't wait for you to try this cheddar. You can slice them off. And then, of course, a cheese board, it's nice to have lots of different textures and flavors and colors. And so a cheese spread is always nice as well. So we have a pine ribber Swiss and almond spread that's just really fun. They make 20 to 30 different varieties, another award-winning cheese company. And then it's always Wisconsin Gouda. We have a piece of Gouda here as well. So this is made by Marika Gouda, aged for 12 to 18 months. She has won over 300 awards for all of her cheeses, and this is the most awarded cheese she has. Another Wisconsin master cheesemaker. So I can't wait for you to try all of these. You can see there's different shapes, colors, textures, and then you can really have some fun with the accompaniments. Very seasonal too. There's the cranberry jam, which screams Thanksgiving and Friendsgiving. And then some grapes, whether you have the red or the dark grapes. We have some sea salt crackers, some garlic breadsticks, and any kind of dried fruits or accompaniments just to add lots of color to your board as well. So there's really no hard rules as long as you're using Wisconsin cheese.
And the variety, I like some options.
Yeah,
so this
right?
looks great.
So you're sure to find something that everyone at your party will love. Wisconsin makes over 600 varieties, types, and styles, so there is lots of room to, experiment with different flavors and styles.
Just got to find that proudly Wisconsin badge.
You just got to look for the badge. You know it.
Oh, I learned it by now.
Yes.
All right, Angie, thank you so much. Appreciate it. Here's Jacob with a final check.
Thanks, Josh. Remaining cloudy for the rest of the week, but we're not going to see much rain, maybe some light rain at times today and then again on Thursday. Temperatures are going to warm up a little bit. We could see highs back in the lower 50s with some better chances of precipitation once we get to next week when the temperatures will also cool down.
All right, Jacob, thank you. Thanks for watching News 3 Now Noon. Coming up next is The Bold and the Beautiful. Our next newscast is live at 4, and a reminder, you can always find us streaming 24/7 on Channel 3000+.